So today we're going to make a pale ale. I'm going to start with some ESB malt. It's a knockoff of an English pale ale malt. It's actually made by Gambrinus. It's a Canadian-German company, really. And it's made to, even though it's made here, it's actually made to English specs, and it's very close, and it's good malt. You don't necessarily have to use an English malt or even a knockoff of an English malt to do this. Any good quality two-row is appropriate for the style. In fact, I'm going to use prairie malt for the rest. We've got about half of it in there now that's ESB. And then we'll just use prairie to make up the rest. Just to show, it's not really that critical. Both types of malt are appropriate for the style. And there we go. And most pale ales will use some kind of caramel malt. What I'm using today is a crystal, 70 to 80 degrees. This is Hugh Baird's crystal. It's the classic English crystal. And again, we're going to use about a half a kilo of this, or it's a little under 5%. There we go. So now for the barley flakes. These are a very English thing to do. They're unmalted, and for that reason, they still contain the beta-glucans that get broken down during the malting process and therefore aren't in the pale malt. And that helps with the beer's creaminess, and it gives it a thicker head. And we're going to use a half a kilo. There we go. So now we have all our grains weighed out and combined. We need to grind them. Your shop where you buy your grains ought to have a grind mill where you can do it there in the store. Now you need to grind them, but not fine into a powder. You just want to crack the husks. You need those husks to be intact when you're sparging so that everything will flow through smoothly and you can extract the liquid from the husks, which will later be discarded. So we're going to put the grain into the hopper. And then, of course, we'll need something to catch the grains as they come out the bottom. And we'll just use this bag. And there we go.